Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. This is Dave, Fly High FPV, and we've got more special guests. We're going to be talking all about various meetups that you can attend in the coming weeks. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a new drone, and it's teeny tiny and just precious, and we'll talk about that later. That's the DJI Neo. Jeff's got all the news, and we've got a special guest all the way from the UK, and it's almost 1 a.m. where he is now. I'm gonna bring him here in a minute. But Dave, what's new with you, man? What are you doing?
Man, I've been getting ready for shows, dude. There's so many events coming up. It's like a week till your birthday. Mindfield,
right?
Castle Crash is like less than a week behind that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, and I know you're getting ready for it. You're getting all your products together. You're cleaning
prizes.
You're cleaning your
so many prizes.
Cleaning up your bongs and everything. You're getting ready, man. You got to get ready for the road.
I mean, you gotta do that every day, bro.
Oh, is that an everyday thing? Okay, I didn't know that.
It's called maintenance. It's called maintenance.
Maintenance.
High maintenance.
High maintenance. Okay, you are a pretty high maintenance friend. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Looks like we got quite a few people watching already, and we've got some super chats in that I'm going to mention here in a minute. But first, of course, we want to talk about one of my favorite sponsors, your favorite sponsor. They've been with us from the beginning. I'm talking, of course, about the Cadillac of processed meat, Pigeon Jerky. This is the Fly High edition.
You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky,
That's how you actually make it.
and you'll give your family.
That's how it's made, yeah.
It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
Enjoy Pigeon Jerky.
Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah.
Kids these days just don't know that that's how their sausage is made.
What's that?
Kids these days just don't know that that's how the sausage is made.
Yeah. These are free range pigeons, and in order to turn them into jerky, you have to first puree them with a 6S ripping carbon fiber machine. That's what you got to do. It's really hard to decapitate them accurately, because sometimes you'll blow off a wing, you know. But we try to dispatch them pretty quickly, don't we, Dave?
Yeah. We got a 100% success rate.
100% success rate. Yeah. All right. Well, I did promise Geeks Vana that we would bring him in early so that he could go to Betty by. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the posh land of London, please welcome Geeks Vana.
In it.
In it. In it.
In it.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for popping on with us.
Hey, anytime.
Yeah. What's new with you? What do you want to talk about?
Hey, man. You know, we're just chilling, flying drones, enjoying ourselves, and I've been releasing. I've released 5 videos so far this week, all from the UK police.
Oh yeah.
So you can imagine my comment section is fairly fruity this week, with the police telling us what we can and can't do with our drones. So that's good fun. That's always a good way. You know, some channels try to produce content that people want to watch. And we'll get lots of views, whereas I like to go the opposite way and do things like bring the police on and tell you what you can't do with your drone.
Oh, people love hearing what you can't do, right, Dave?
Yeah, that's what I do on my channel. I just advertise for the FAA.
Yeah. Well, speaking of regulations, I mean, the UK are they still kind of following closely what the FAA is doing, or vice versa, or what do you got? Anything new over there you want to talk about? I mean, are you?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're well, in actual fact, it's interesting actually, because one of the new pieces of legislation here that it's come up, which is fairly interesting. It's actually under, we have for the first time in the UK, a National Security Act.
Oh.
And within that, you basically can designate a building or even a car actually as a prohibited place, which means you're not supposed to surveil it. So you can actually now in the UK be prosecuted for flying your drone even towards one of those buildings. And bear in mind, at the moment, they don't show on apps, they don't show on FRZs or anything. The first time you'll find out about it is you'll get a tap on the shoulder from a police officer saying, could you not fly there, please? So we've been talking about that on the channel this week, which is like it's this crazy new sort of legislation which has such an impact on drone flyers. Yeah, it's going to take a long time for everybody to get their heads around.
What is the agency that is that's your FAA? What is it?
The CAA, the
CAA.
Civil Aviation Authority.
Yes.
Although this legislation is actually nothing to do with the CAA. This is actually Home Office, MOD, etc.
Well, I wanted to ask him.
Do they make you ignore remote ID as well?
Yeah, no, we don't have remote ID yet. They're talking about it, but they're taking their time, thankfully.
Yeah, they want to see how well it's working over here.
Yeah, no, indeed.
Right. We're beta testing it for you guys. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, well, the suggestion on remote ID that we had from the CAA in their last consultation was actually going to be network remote ID because, of course, we're a much smaller country, so they feel like they can get that working and on everything, even sub 250. And it was interesting when we read the consultation notes that they were basically saying, "Oh, we want this. This is our shopping list for remote ID." We don't actually know how we're going to do it yet, but this is, and I love that. I love it when regulators look at something and say, "Oh, you know, I'm gonna paint every drone in the country pink." We don't know how we're going to do it yet, but we're going to make you guys worry about it for the next 5 years. So it's crazy. I mean, I don't mind them having a pie in the sky remote ID concepts because it means it will never get implemented, of course. But it's crazy.
So mandatory logging on every drone, and it's up to the end user to buy it so that they can supply their own logging.
Yeah, and it had one of the things, obviously, which has been a hangover from the FAA version is pilot location, and it looked like that wasn't going to be included. But it won't be. The pilot location will be scrambled. But actually, if you can't get on a network, then it reverts back to old-fashioned remote ID, and then the pilot location will be put on there. So anywhere you can't get a signal, so perhaps when you're flying by yourself and you're more vulnerable, they will be able to find the pilot location, which is, you know,
so gross.
There's just lots of little things within it that you think, you know, come on, guys, this isn't a workable, practical solution. And it just winds me up. I'm not particularly technically minded, and I could come up with a remote ID solution that would probably work. And, you know,
yeah, but you guys,
crazy. I mean,
you guys, if the pilot location is released in the UK, you guys don't even have guns to protect yourself against the crazy people.
Or knives. Here, it's people could just stab you if you've got your goggles on.
Yeah, no,
like,
indeed,
oh, what
indeed.
kind of drone do you have? Oh, it's a $4,000 model, and he's 2 miles away from his location. We could just go stab him right now, and by the time it lands, he'll be choked out.
Right, then we can pawn that thing.
Yeah, I put a video out 2.5 years ago, something like that, which was basically saying the FAA no remote ID is going to be dangerous, and they're just throwing everybody under the bus. And it started with a live stream with Kevin Morris from the FAA and one of his colleagues, who was the person in charge of remote ID at that point. And they were basically saying, they were saying, yeah, we know pilots already get confronted, and if it becomes a bigger problem, we'll do something about it. It's like, you know, something's going to happen, but we'll wait for people to get hurt. That's crazy. But then they also said, all we're looking to happen is for drone pilots to have the same visibility and to run to the same thing as manned aviation. And, you know, everyone in the chat is saying to them, but manned aviation have these big secure things around them called airports. So when they land, everybody knows where they are, of course, but you're not exactly going to get them at 40,000 feet, or when they land behind these nice security fenced airports, etc., and aerodromes.
You're talking. So, you're using logic. Governments don't use that. Governments don't.
No, that's right.
But speaking of the CAA, just a quick question about your local police. Do you think that your local police are more educated about drones than in
this
other
is actually
countries?
something that I am on the National Police Independent Advisory Group, which is basically a group of stakeholders that advise the police in the UK regarding regulation and enforcement of the drone rules. Because in this country, the CAA don't enforce things. It's actually the police that enforce the drone regulations, which is always fun. What was your question regarding that with the police? Sorry. My brain.
Well,
just
it just
farted at 1 a.m.
seems that police here in this country are woefully underinformed about regulations.
It's getting better. It's getting better. We actually designed a leaflet in conjunction with the NPCC, the National Police Chiefs Council. That is a leaflet you can hand to a police officer if they don't understand the drone rules, and it's got the police logo on there, so it's all official, etc. It's got QR codes for them to go and scan and actually read the basic drone rules. Basically,
are they up for being educated?
We've got videos of that working. We've got videos of people actually using them, and the police officer, oh, okay, great, type thing.
Okay, well, that's good that you're giving the police.
It works here. I'm not sure it would work everywhere in the world, but it's obviously not supposed to replace it. They have actually also now got a drone training officer in the police, the National Police College here in the UK, who is now starting to implement drone training into new recruits. So it's just going to take a while for all of that to bleed through, basically.
Okay.
But at least they're trying.
While we have you, just wanted to ask you really quickly. Have you seen this little guy?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
This looks like the love child of a DJI Mini and an Avata 1, doesn't it? It's a bit interesting.
Trello, maybe a little Trello embed in there.
Yeah.
This is
it an FPV drone? What is it supposed to do?
It's DJI Neo, and it's a selfie drone. And just to
like
give
a palm-based selfie drone.
Yeah. Well, just to give you an idea of the scale, that's how teeny tiny it is.
Wow.
Look at that. Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. So that's kind of like the Hover Air 1 type of drone then. That's going to sort of follow you down the beach and do those kind of tricks and things.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You haven't heard anything about this?
Can you see on it?
What's that?
Any sensors?
I don't know. I
don't see the typical two bug eyes.
No, I mean
they didn't really show a clear shot of the bottom.
Which is interesting, because you would think something that's like a selfie drone would need really good sensors, wouldn't you? From the point of view of not avoiding the crowds it's around and things.
They're probably just throwing a GPU at it and letting it do AI vision so that it can just use the camera.
Do you think it'll sell? Do you think a DJI selfie drone will sell? And is that
I don't
a good
know.
thing?
I mean, it's something different, isn't it? And I suppose if you look back at before the Mini came out and the leaked pictures of the DJI Mini and things, that looked like a toy. I didn't even think it was a DJI drone from the leaked pictures. I thought that's some kind of weird Hubsan, piece of bleep, basically.
Well,
it actually turned out to change things. So maybe it will change things again.
It comes with it's a selfie drone, but it comes with a controller.
Oh, okay. It's one of the old controllers. That's interesting.
And so it's going to be 135 grams. That's it.
Whoa! With the battery?
With the battery, yeah. Like if an iPhone 15 weighs 171 grams, so this will weigh less than a smartphone.
The usual YouTuber wind tests on that are going to be quite short then.
Yeah.
The wind from a passing car, and it's now 3 miles away.
Right. This seems like it'd be specifically designed for Instagram and TikTok and people that want aerial pictures but don't want to fly a drone. But is that is that the?
I feel like they got a better shot at being a selfie drone than any other drone that's ever done that before, right?
100%, and they've got the media marketing to back it up, haven't they? Basically, they've got the lifestyle marketing they put out. Because if you look at even outside of the US and the UK, and you look at the comments on DJI's Facebook and Instagram posts and stuff, and it's people all around the world saying that I wish I could afford one, and these are adverts for minis, which perhaps for some parts of the world they're more than attainable. So perhaps it's also looking at the sort of the markets where they don't have that. And of course at 135 it's also under the new Japanese 150 limit as well. So in Japan it will avoid a lot of rules as well.
Uses the RCN 3, Goggles 3, or the Motion 3. Thank you, Steven Scott.
Let me know in the
SD card and 22 gigs of storage, 40 minutes of footage at 4K.
No SD card. That's interesting.
Half-inch sensor, 4K, 30 frames per second.
18-minute battery life, voice control. Huh.
Yeah, Ken Torbeck's asking about flight over people compliance. I don't know if it will or not. It'll be interesting because obviously it's got the closed props. I know the top half of the props apparently I'm seeing on something really here might come off the prop guards. But I don't think this is going to be any kind of like professional level use. I don't think.
No.
Because looking at that page you had up with the specs, I'm looking at another page here. It looks like the 4K is only 30 frames, so it's not going to. It's not going to be. It's going to be good quality for holiday snaps. Crikey, yeah.
Is this like equivalent to like an 03 camera in there, maybe, or what is that in there? Like what camera?
Don't know.
No telling. It's definitely not an 03 camera. It looks more like the OG series, like the Micro HD or Nebula Pro.
Yeah.
It looks more like those last series cameras. So maybe it's a Vista.
And I have this screenshot from somebody using Goggles 3 where it popped up in there.
Ooh.
So
the body of it also looks a lot like the body of the Avata 1, like the plastics on it.
Yeah.
And so it might be fairly durable, especially as lightweight as it is. And it's got a potential to be a decent little starter drone in that,
Exactly.
You can use the 2 sticks. You don't have to use the wanker remote. You can wear goggles with it. So where a lot of people are picking up the Avata 2, but it's over $1,000 with the goggles and everything.
Is that how much it's going to be? This thing?
No.
I'm saying
the Avata 2 is that
the Avata
much.
2.
Oh yeah.
This might be a good starter, even cheaper than the Avata 2. A little less capable, a lot less wind, better for indoor use. I don't know. It's got potential to really come in and pick things up.
And if you look at the Mini 1 compared to the Mini 4, perhaps the Neo 3 or 4 will be, will absolutely blow us away. This may be them dipping their toe into this marketplace, and if they get the right feedback, perhaps once the Ken Heron review is out and he decides to call it the POS 2,
no,
and then the entirety of the world then starts calling the drone that name, perhaps it will do just as well as that drone did.
If it's a POS, I'll let you know. But it does look like it's going to be loud. I predict it'll be loud.
Those are some pretty heavy props.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a refined machine, does it?
Well, they're going to stamp them out, for. I wonder if you can get care and refresh on it.
I'm sure you can.
Probably.
That's their whole second business line. I mean, they're going to sell you the drone, and then they're going to sell you the warranty and the support and the service to go along with it. And if you're not covered by the warranty, no worries. We'll just sell you a refurbish and act like we're going to repair your existing equipment.
Yep. I've only sent a drone to DJI one time and gotten that same drone back. And that was like the Phantom 3.
I
with your Inspire,
piles
did you
of
get a different drone?
Units.
What?
Just piles of 03 air units that get smashed and bent in half, and you send them back in, and then once you get it to them, they're going to offer you some ridiculous price to repair it, and you have to negotiate to get a decent, fair shot at it, because otherwise they're trying to charge you more than the cost of a refurb on the first pass.
Wow.
You got to really work them down to get a fair deal.
While we're talking about cameras, just very quickly, let's get Dave's opinion on the new GoPro. The 13,
I'm excited.
13.
I'm excited.
So what's the deal with this? What is this?
So there's 2 new cameras that we're aware of. The GoPro Hero 13, which is what looks like the Mini right here we're seeing.
Okay.
And then there's also the GoPro Hero 13 Black, and the black looks like it can support a full frame. The black just looks like the black we've had in the past, but instead of the standard lens, you can put a full large round lens on it as well.
And that's
I'm not excited about that at all, but this Mini looks juicy to me. It's just smaller than the full-size GoPro, and I like that.
And
they haven't shown the battery door, so I hope I can take the batteries out of this thing. It was a big problem with the Mini 11 is you couldn't remove batteries.
Yeah.
And so every time it would freeze up, you'd be stuck mashing buttons for 10 and 20 seconds at a time. The whole front of it is a heat sink instead of a screen. Thank goodness.
But is that it's just
heat problems for like 3 generations.
But that's just plastic. It's not. Is that going to do anything? It looks like it's just plastic heat sink.
Plastic heat sinks are better than a screen. It creates more heat.
Really?
Is it just plastic? It may be. I don't know. Is it?
I think it looks like, if I had
They
to
use
guess.
metal on the Mini 11, so I'm hoping it's also metal.
Huh.
If
Is
it's
it quite
plastic,
small,
though, it'll
looking
still
at
be
the-
better.
Looking at that last picture with the connector underneath it, is it quite small then?
I don't think it's quite small. I think it's
No?
larger than the Mini 11, but
Okay.
smaller than the full-size Hero.
Huh.
You know, the Hero
cool.
9, 10, 11, and 12 have all been the exact same size and shape, and they've all been 100% compatible with each other, cases and lenses and all that stuff, batteries, all
Yeah,
of
very
it.
cool.
And so the full-size Hero 13 Black looks like it's compatible again, but different lenses on the front. And then
Nice.
the Mini, as I'm calling it, looks like to be a little smaller, a new size, new design, new cases. But it's a step in the right direction. Getting rid of the extra screen is just pointless. Waste battery, makes them more fragile. I mean, we're breaking these things over and over and over again. We don't need an extra
Yeah.
screen on the front.
Unfortunately, GoPro doesn't design cameras to be tested by FPV.
They do, though.
They
They
do.
do.
Do they?
They do. It was designed around surfers originally, and it is developed into the action sports camera. It's made for skiers and dirt bikers and downhill mountain
Right,
biking
okay.
and skydivers and FPV and people that are going to crash into things.
Yeah, but you really put them through the test, Dave. Nobody-
I mean,
They should hire you to.
30 miles an hour into the concrete's gonna
Yeah.
ruin your day,
Right.
regardless of what sport you're playing.
Well, let me know in the chat if you plan on getting the GoPro, the new GoPro 13, or this Neo.
I will definitely be getting a 13. I pre-order all the GoPros. For me, I break like 2 or 3 or 4 cameras a year, and I'm constantly going through them. And I get the warranty, and the warranty replaces them. So it's natural for me to just go ahead and upgrade. Plus, I'm going to be designing a camera case on day one, and so I've got to have the latest camera so I can be the first to
Nice.
drop the new case. Right?
Did you say that the 13 is gonna be full frame?
Not full frame. It'll
Full
support a
size.
large lens.
Okay.
It's the same size. The 13 Black is the same size as the 12s. It looks like.
Okay.
Release is going to be expected September is when they always drop their new cameras. Usually around the 14th or 15th is when they drop it, but I'm not sure the exact date yet.
Just in time for Christmas.
Yeah, well, usually Christmas is like the second batch of the first, second run of those cameras.
Well, I'm gonna let you beta test it for me, Dave.
I will. I will be the first guy to get the camera and turn it on and see if it'll go, 10 minutes in the heat, and then I'm gonna throw it into the concrete and see if it can handle the concrete too.
The concrete test. That's a good test.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
but now I know it's, what time is it now in the UK? It's 20 after.
1:22 a.m.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, we have to let Sean go, but I have a couple videos I want to share with you while you're still here, Sean. You got a minute or two?
Lovely. Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay. The first thing, and Dave, you can sink your teeth into this, and let me know what you think in the chat as well. You remember my buddy Whitney Westerfield? He's a senator for the state of Kentucky, and he's also a drone guy.
I love that dude.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
he's great.
We need more Congress critters and senators and representatives that actually know what drones are and understand them.
Yeah.
So the work that you're doing by reaching out to him and talking to him, it's amazing, Ken. Keep up the good work.
Oh well, thanks. And he's just fun to hang out with too. And
Yeah, he just seems a very cool guy. He's definitely the kind of guy that you listen to speak for 5-10 minutes. You think, yeah, okay, that is the kind of guy I do want to walk around the political halls, as it were. That is the kind of guy I do trust to get something done, basically. So no, he's a good guy.
he is a good guy, and he will from time to time text me with this or that. And one of the things he texted me with, and it killed me. All right. TVA Paradise fossil power plant stacks were being demolished, demoed.
Ooh.
This is in Western Kentucky on the Green River. And I said, talk to your friends. Let's fly that thing. And he said, okay. And then I heard back from him, and he said, yeah, I reached out and denied. Even
They
a
needed Ken Heron, silver tongue.
Well, I think they would probably be more convinced by a senator
Ken Heron. Ken Heron.
Well,
Vote for Ken.
vote for Ken. Yeah. Well, so what happened was apparently the TVA got their own drone guy. I don't know his name or her name, their name. I wouldn't say it even if I knew it. But so got their own drone guy. And
It's
then
so
I
dumb
got
to have exclusivity to an event like that.
well,
That's mad, isn't it?
now
I mean, look at the bridge demolition we filmed together, Ken. We had how many pilots out there, and we had one guy that really nailed the shot.
Yeah.
A second or third guy that got it with like the GPS drones, but like we had so many pilots on it, and the guys that were hired by the bridge people didn't get the shot either.
yeah, that's true. That's true. You got to have more than one out there, but
Hmm.
they did hire their own person. And then I hear back from Whitney saying, "Well, you know, there's no NOTAMs out there, and it's Class G." And I'm like, I don't want to do guerrilla droning in
Hey,
a.
at least you know you'll get a part of.
I don't want to have to pull a favor with a senator for like get me out. You know, I thought about it, and of course, it would have been legal, but it would just been a dick move, you know, because if you remember, Drew Camden famously flew an imploding stack, and he had to go through so many hoops. And with these large companies, you don't want to piss them off because they have more lawyers than you do. And if
Yeah.
I couldn't, I have video that Whitney filmed from the road that I'll share in a minute.
But
You can't-
but
you-
how many years ago Ken would have been down there though?
Oh my God.
But at
I'd
what
go.
stage of
I'll still go. Let's
Ken's
go,
life
Ken.
would Ken have been? I'm
Come on,
there.
Ken.
I don't
I'm
care.
gonna put
I'm
on
there.
the Ken Heron made me do it T-shirt, and I'll show up. Let's go.
Nice.
No, it's already done. It's over. It's over.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, it already happened. So,
Don't let those opportunities slip, my friend.
I
I'll
know,
be
but
there.
but see, the TVA, they just had a regular drone up there. I'm sure it was like an Inspire or something. You know, they had no idea the
about 5 miles away.
amazing video they could have gotten. And I'm going to
They
show
needed-
this
you
to
gotta
you.
stand within the blast radius, just like me and Ken.
Yeah, I would do it. Yeah, but when you see the vantage point from this video, you'll be like, "Damn it, that would have been so great with FPV." Anyway, so Whitney was like kind of goading me a little bit, like, "Come on, man, there's no NOTAMs, Class G." I'm like, "What are you doing? Don't. It's not going to take much
'em
more
with
to
you.
convince me."
Take him with you, man.
It's
Yeah.
true, man.
Good luck getting stopped by a trooper with him standing next
Yeah,
to
I
you.
know, but I didn't.
Between the two of you, the Silver Fox and the Senator as well.
Yeah, but my worst nightmare would be like knocking Inspire out of the sky with my FPV drone. You know what I mean? You'd have to coordinate with the other drone people. Is what I'm saying. Anyway, so here's the video he
Sounds
took.
like you already tried to, and they turned you down. So
No. But he found a great spot. Here is the implosion. Okay, and you will see. You will see what.
Oh,
Just
man,
watch
I'm
this.
already upset.
FPV people, watch this, and see the opportunities that it happens in slow motion. Look how slow that's going. You could have dove it, gone back up, and trippy spinned it as you as it's going over. And that second stack, it stuck. It didn't go.
Man.
That big one in the middle,
Wow.
that got stuck. It's still there. It's the
Danger.
leaning stack of TVA now.
Of danger.
Yeah, yeah. Now the other two will go. These poor birds have no idea what's coming. But you'd have time to.
Oh, there's tons of time. You could totally
Yeah.
fly the whole thing.
You could fly the whole thing. It would have been perfect.
They don't
and-
have any fireballs though.
No fireballs, but
Oh look, the dropping together.
yeah,
That's so romantic.
it's so romantic,
Oh,
right? You,
it's too bad about that.
I know.
Uncontrolled erection though.
I know.
Yeah.
But like, I can see in my head what I would have gotten. I mourn for the video that never will be. It made me
'Cause
upset.
it was going slow enough that you could have chased that first one down from the
Yes.
top almost. You could have had you could have followed it down. It would have been incredible.
Yeah,
Absolutely incredible.
Even if you're not, even if I did guerrilla FPV it and not coordinate, I would have seen, okay, well that one's going, I'll head over there, and then burp, 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 burp. That all happened within however much time you'd have with a battery pack. But
the funny thing about that is, it's like, dude, you can be there, get the shot to getting kicked out, and you're like, I've already got the shot, bro.
yeah, I'll sell it to you if you don't put me in jail. I don't know.
Can't put you in jail if you're a public property.
I
Just
know.
gotta find that public right of way.
There's no NOTAMs. There's no, there's nothing stopping you. It's like, it's rude not to. I think it's rude not to. I want to know what's happened to Ken Heron.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
And who is this AI imposter?
Listen,
who's this AI imposter in front of us?
Listen.
I'm sorry.
Every time something like this happens,
this could be the second time I walk off TNL.
Every
no
time
matter whose brother put a exclusive contract in some drone company's pocket to get exclusive rights to the air for that afternoon. If they didn't close
that's
the air,
their contract.
There's no
that
TFR,
is their contract. Yeah,
and you're available to fly the full extent of the airspace.
I know, but every time something like that happens, where I'm like I think of all the freaking troll comments that I would get.
Oh, dude, do not be taken by the trolls, man. Do not be taken by the trolls. Revel in the trolls.
Revel in them.
Revel in them. Rejoice. If someone's watching you, they're a fan. Whether they're trolling you, whether they're giving you massive compliments, whether they're a sycophant. Yeah. Everyone that's watching you is a fan, basically. Wow. And if they're, dude, come on. We need to send you to therapy, man, and get this washed out of you, because this is not the Ken Heron we know and love.
Even Ken Dobo, that guy loves you.
I need.
he watches all your videos.
I need to get on meds. Dobo, I don't know. He's all right. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while.
He's a subscriber and he watches every video that you put out.
Oh, that's nice. I haven't talked to him for a while. I hope he's doing all right. Now,
I love him, man.
I've got a second video for you. Sean, you got another minute?
I have.
1:30 in the morning over there. Okay. And
can I do something I've never done until now? Actually, can I give two people in the chat a very quick shout out?
Yeah, of course.
Johnny DRC, who watches all of my shows and your shows, and I hope you're doing well, Johnny. He has a few health problems and things, and he is a renegade flyer. That dude flies. You could put a police car outside his house saying you can't fly, and he'll just be like, dive it basically and be going in through the windows and out the other side. That guy is renegade and he's awesome. He's the drone pilot in all of us. And a big shout out to Mudball Don, of course, who you know as well. But hey,
is that Mudball Don? Mudball?
Sorry? Yeah.
Yeah, Mudball, and
he's in the chat as well.
His sock puppet. We need more fisheye. We need more fisheye videos.
Yeah, you should also. I don't know if you've ever had a conversation with Don about cameras and videos and things like that. He knows his stuff on that side as well. Actually, he's a really interesting guy.
He does, and he really edits his videos nicely. You should check his channel. Yeah. So
awesome.
One of our other regular viewers and people in our community is, of course, this guy.
Oh yay! Do we have a bow shark tonight?
We do have a bow shark.
Hang on. Was that me in the bath? How did you get that?
No.
Oh, it's Jim. It's Jim. Okay.
Yeah, you told me not to release that picture you sent me of you in the bath.
Thank you.
In the bath.
Sean, you really should submit a picture though. Ken's gonna do a calendar.
I need to, don't I? If the guys have been brave enough.
We need round men from around the world.
We need to think of a British scene though. Do I run up in Speedos at the gates of Windsor Castle or something and lay down in front of that? We need
just a bobby hat.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be
a setting for it.
It's got to be British, and it's got to be sexy. So here's what I'm thinking: a fish and chips bikini, fish and chips,
at the cliffs of Wales.
Yes, location is everything. Yeah. All right. So I have to preface this: the video from Beauchart, and I didn't pixelate it, and I really should have. But this will probably violate some community guidelines, but I don't care. I'm throwing caution to the wind.
Okay. Sorry. You'll throw caution to the wind when it's Beauchart, but when there's a once in a lifetime FPV opportunity, I'm not bitter. I'm not twisted, but
you're right. There'll be other stacks. There'll be other stacks to be had. Maybe I'll go out there for the one that's still leaning. You can get that
Yeah,
one.
go and hit it. See if you can knock it over.
I'll pull it up. I'll land on the top. That's all it took was just, I'll perch on the top of it.
What's it called when you slap a sticker on there?
The sticker slapped. Okay, seriously, get the kids out of the room, because then you can avoid having a lot of explaining to
Therapy.
do. A lot of therapy. So here it is. The weekly Beauchart. Enjoy.
I'm Jim Beauchart, and welcome back to another episode of the Bi-Weekly Beauchart. As promised the last episode, we'd get a visit from an old friend, Old Man Perrywinkle. We had a crack camera crew following him. Let's have a look, shall we?
Well, Ken, as you can see, Old Man Perrywinkle's not seeing too well. So he had to retire as being a pilot, and he was looking for a new job. And just remember, even if 99% of the Earth's population thought you were unattractive, there's 76 million people who still think you're attractive. He found an article in the newspaper, and he was looking for an interview as an exotic dancer at the local club. And here he is now, stumbling up to the door. Well, after the audition, he went to the beach, and look what we have here. Some young ladies doing a yoga class early on the beach. And seeing Old Man Perrywinkle like that got me thinking, if you wear a cowboy outfit, are you actually ranch dressing?
Well, I hope your retinas aren't burnt out and your eyes are still in your socket. Now, as usual, we are running short on time, so here's a quick one. I don't usually go the extra mile, but when I do, it's because I missed my exit. And on that note, bye. Bye.
Your thoughts, gentlemen.
I'm gonna need some eye bleach.
Some eye bleach, yes, please.
We might need an early rats tonight.
Right? Yeah. The people in the oh my gosh,
Oh,
people in the when he said he sent out a crack camera team, he wasn't kidding with the crack. That's a bold. There's Canadians are well represented in Beauchart, I think.
Yeah, the beach was the
elephant.
shot.
The beach was the shot. I mean, because one, you had to put up a drone in front of a whole bunch of yoga people.
Yeah.
That's creeper behavior one. And then two is like, we'll just.
They just happened to start doing a pose like this where they could cover their eyes.
Yeah.
They're just okay. I'm just covering. No. This is completely coincidental that we're doing that pose right.
Right. And in the beginning, they were like this, like, please send us a Beauchart.
If you can you bring it back up to the point where he's just starting his walk along the beach?
Yes.
You can see the yoga instructor turn round and assess if she needs to dial 911.
Oh, let's see here.
You can see her mind working. She's like, okay, corner of her eye. She's thinking,
oh yeah.
Is that what I think it is?
Because he's not looking at him. He's not looking. Do you think he asked her permission first and then did this?
I don't know, because Jim's a cool guy.
I don't think he did.
You would think he would want the reaction, though.
Yeah. That was brilliant. Thank you, Jim.
That's almost as good as the police one.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, Sean, we'll let you go.
Thank
you for popping. We're going to get to the news here in just a second.
Good luck going to sleep now.
Yeah, good luck. There's some nightmare fuel for you. All right.
Nice. Have a great show, guys.
Thanks, man. All right, we'll see you.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
All right. So let's just very quickly, I do want to mention the super chats. Thank you very much for supporting the show, everyone. The comment section went nuts when that video is on there. Thank you, Mr. Beauchart. You are a national treasure. Rob Muller with €6. Thank you very much. Have a great show, y'all, he said. Thank you very much. Glurgen Flurgen there in the Netherlands. And Klaas Aperlo, our buddy Klaas. He says, Flurgen die Glurgs. Thank you very much. I speak Dutch. Glurg de Flurg. Philip Koshat, $10. Flurgendy, Mergendy, Floggendy, Gurgendy. Thank you. It's our own secret language. Now, you were on his stream. He has the
Shat Show.
The Shat Show.
Monday nights.
Monday nights on the Koshat
on
channel.
YouTube.
Yeah. So check it out. Drone Rob, $20. Thank you very much, Drone Rob. Happy TNL to all, he says. Rob Muller, again, with the 666. Thank you for that evil amount of money. I appreciate that. Thank you, Rob Muller. And I think we got a New Zealand 965. Is that right? 965 from Force Multiplier for a coffee. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Ken Torbeck, $2. Ken is a regular in, and afterwards we have a little party in Discord. If one of our moderators will put my link to Discord, we'll hang out in there. Dave, would you have time? You don't, because you're going to another stream.
Yeah, I've got a back-to-back streams tonight. As soon as we get done with this stream, I'm going to be on Destination FPV with that guy Fly.
Okay, and there's a link to that stream in my description as well. And Ken Torbeck back with another $5, and his comment is the Neo for flight over people compliant? I think we did mention that. And then he's referring to the two stacks falling together. He says the romance of falling over with your significant other in sync. You're right, Dave. It was very romantic. And then Dynadrone! Thank you very much, Dynadrone, for the $5. He says, hello, you all. And with that, let's have a quick joke. Dave, you got your jokes, right? You got your jokes?
Oh, my goodness. You know, I was not prepared to be on the show.
Oh,
This
no!
was kind of a last-minute invitation, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
You have to cut me some slack on that one.
That's true, yeah. Mark Weir, thank you very much, Mark. We're glad that you gave us $9.99. He says,
but I'll tell you what, if you want, I can talk about Mindfield a little bit.
Let's do that, and then we'll get into the news. Tell me about Mindfield.
Well, it is only 1 week away. It's Ken Heron's birthday party. This is the 5th year we're doing it. It is a free event in Brownsville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it Saturday and Sunday. There's free camping on site. Come on out, pitch a tent, throw down. There is food. The Mindfield grill will be operating. They usually make us burgers and food like that. There was snow cones last year.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have snow cones.
All types of RC vehicles are welcome. So bring your drones, bring your planes, bring your Mavics, bring your Phantoms, bring your what was the GoPro drone? Bring all that weird stuff.
Yeah.
Bring your trucks, bring your planes, bring your helicopters. We want to see all the RC fun toys. It's just ridiculous fun out there. Yeah, it's a big party. I'll have my store set up. I'm going to be giving away prizes. I got LEDs and rolling papers and batteries from China Hobby Line I'm giving away. Ken's got goodies to give away. I'm also giving away keychains to everybody. Just come see me and get a keychain. The whole shop is going to be set up so you can come buy drone parts, talk drones, talk shop. There's all kinds of drone pilots there too. It's really awesome.
This really is, it's a free event. I want to keep it a free event. I do accept donations. There's a donation button at mindfieldmeet.com if you want to help out. One of the great things about it being a free event is that lots of people bring their own swag, like their own stickers, and people are 3D printing things and just exchanging stuff. And, you can camp there. That's free. It's free. Camping is free. So just, hop in the car, pay for gas. People come from way far away to join us, and I really do appreciate the hell out of that. We'll get to news here in just a second. Thank you, Zeb Meat. Appreciate it. $9.99. He says, why am I shelling out $10 after that bow shart? Well,
apparently you liked it, sir.
You did like it, and I'm going to give that $10 directly to Bow Shart so that he can buy an even smaller banana hammock for you, Zeb Meat. That's what I'm doing. Old Farts with Drones, thanks for the $20, man. That is awesome. Vegas Drone Meetup is 8, 9, and 10. November 8th, 9th, and 10th. Now, Dave, do you have that on your website? Because you can go to flyhighfpv.com and check out the events calendar, and there's all kinds of meetups there.
I don't have that one yet. Old Farts with Drones, please reach out to me. Send me an image and a link, and I'll get you listed. I'd love to share all the drone events all over the world even. We've got events going on A week after yours, we've got Castle Crash. That's one I'm a director of. It's a nonprofit event. There's an event going on in Canada. There's the FPV meet in the UK is happening the week between yours and mine. There's a lot of events happening right now. This is prime season for FPV meetups.
And here it is. Here's all the meetups listed that he knows about. If you have an event, if you know of an event anywhere in the world, just reach out to Dave. Best way is on Instagram.
I don't charge for listings or anything ridiculous like that. We just want to help people get the word out about what's going on.
Excellent. And with that, let's go ahead and get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Let's head over into the drone newsosphere with Jeff Sills. He's got all the news that fit to news. I think that's how you say it. There's a lot of it, too. What's going on, Jeff?
Rumor has it there's actually some news out there somewhere, and I just keep finding this stuff. It's crazy. And I want to thank you very much for making sure that there was something between me and
the bow shark?
following the bow shark.
Yeah.
Because I would have serious problems following the bow shark. So anyway.
You got a piece that could probably follow that.
No.
A little thong, a little whale tail.
No.
You know, there's going to be a lot. It's hard to follow a bow shark. What with all the women following that?
You've never seen the other side of that famous raft shot.
And you never will.
What raft
all
shot?
Right,
I don't know what you're
go.
talking about. It's yes, Jeff.
So a very important Texas drone law could be heading to the Supreme Court over the next few months. They are expected to decide whether or not they're going to hear the appeal of a decision to uphold a Texas law that severely restricts the use of drones by photojournalists and others. This is Chapter 423 of the Texas Government Code. It's considered one of the strictest in the country in terms of drone use by journalists and non-commercial actors. It prohibits capturing with a drone of any image of an individual or privately owned real property with the intent to conduct surveillance and bars publication of such images. Two groups representing photojournalists from the National Press Photographers Association and the Texas Press Association and Texas-based photojournalist Joseph Papalardo
Sounds right.
filed a federal suit in the U.S. District Court of the Western District of Texas Austin Division challenging this law, and it has been going slowly up the chain until now. It has a very high potential of going to the United States Supreme Court. So
that's good. And you know, I tasked AI. I told AI to create an image of drones in court, and this is what it came up with. Drones in court.
Minority Report.
Right. It's like literal drones in court. Okay. Thanks, AI. You're the best. Okay.
All right. So next in the news, this has been the week for Ukraine and Russia. And I'm going to tell you the stuff that's come out has been crazy. So first we're introduced to drones chasing soldiers across the battlefield. Then we're introduced to drones taking out tanks, flying into buildings. We have boats chasing battleships, etc. The Ukrainians have stepped it up even more because now they found out that if they take their FPV drones and detonate them near a helicopter, that they can take it out of the sky. And they have actually done this twice. This is the second video in which they have actually taken out a Russian helicopter in the Kurzkriegen by striking the tail rotor of the helicopter with the explosives on the drone.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's part of their special operations unit. They attacked a Russian Mi-28, and they also attacked I forget what the other one was that they hit. but yeah, so that was rather shocking to see that they had stepped it up in that way.
Well, the tail rotor is very important on a helicopter, I'm told.
Yes. And not to be outdone, though, the Russians decided that they needed to share with us something even more impressive, which is one of their soldiers got the award for best shot of the week.
This really is now. I hate to compliment the Russian army, but
no,
this was a fantastic shot. Check this out.
The credit goes to the individual.
And dude didn't even drop his cigarette. What?
No.
Like, Look at that. He's
Got
like,
it on the
that.
first shot.
Yeah, still got my cigarette. He did get it on the first shot. And I think what happened was he got it on the first shot. It released its payload, which was the bomb, and it fell and went off. And then he hit the battery, I think. Should we watch that again?
One more time.
Okay.
Ёбаный в рот! Сука, нихуя он не наш!
Yeah, that's what happened.
I think
It was a Mavic, so nothing of great value.
I'm not even going to drop my cigarette. I'm not going to do it. Vlad, shoot the drone. Don't drop cigarette. That's my terrible Russian accent.
All right, so Flytrex, a drone-based food delivery service, has operational services in North Carolina and Texas. Tuesday announced that it had reached a milestone of making 100,000 food deliveries.
Did it now?
This is the largest operation of its kind in the United States. The company said 70% of the households in its 4 delivery areas, which is Holly Springs, Rayford, southwest of Raleigh, North Carolina, and Granbury and Little Elm and Dallas-Fort Worth area, use the service. So 100,000 deliveries.
Wow,
and
that
these
is
were actual deliveries to paying customers.
that is so impressive. That's so impressive, Jeff. What's that? Oh, I'm being told we have an image of the customers. There they are. They're like, this drone is so cute. Call him again, Henry. That's Irvine and Henry Kuntz, and they're the ones that called that one drone 100,000 times. Right? Yeah, I mean it's not 100,000 people.
Grubhub and stuff like that. So that's a pretty big market, I'd say. There's a lot of people who are ordering food to their house instead of going out and getting it themselves.
Definitely.
Yeah, if you want to pay extra for cold food, that's on you. What's that?
I'm
still
lazy. I'll do it.
no tube socks.
Yeah.
No tube socks yet, I'm being told.
Yeah, I am still very carefully monitoring the area near your home so that the minute that becomes available, we can start flooding your front yard.
Yeah. Where was that?
Anyway.
Where was that?
This is in Texas and North Carolina.
Texas? The place with all the guns?
Yeah. And they had 100,000 of them and they didn't get shot down. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
They didn't get shot down then, huh?
Yeah, they didn't.
Stay away from
probably
Kentucky.
Have the base station at the end of the retirement community.
Right.
And only deliver to this street and that street.
Right. We need some more Metamucil. Call the drone.
Oh my God! I want to go to the next story.
In the mail.
All right, Jeff.
I want to go to the next.
What do
story.
you got? What do you got?
All right. So the next story is all about drones revolutionizing hurricane forecasting.
Oh yes.
One of the small uncrewed aircraft systems that we're experimenting with. The Black Swiss is smaller and lighter.
The Blacksmith and the Altia 600 are released from a Hurricane Hunter plane. But Nick Underwood tells me about another type of drone that is in development.
There's a new one that they're going to try out this year. It's not going to be launched from this aircraft. It'll be land launched.
Okay.
But that one can stay in the air for about 20 hours, I think. But they're still doing all the coordination about how to get it out to the storm and everything.
The difference is the amount of data these drones can collect versus a singular drop zone, going places the plane can't go.
Being able to get high resolution data of that is very valuable.
Or may not have time to go.
Sometimes we'll skip a certain storm because we have other storms we're focused on, or sometimes maintenance issues with the aircraft arise.
And ideally, spend less time putting humans into the storms and have uncrewed systems like this to be able to do that work for us.
All while improving forecast.
We're taking the first steps towards it, and things are going successfully well.
That's awesome. Drones are great.
I love that stuff.
Yes.
Crazy. Well, and now that I think about it, you were having sort of a complaint about drone delivery, and I felt that it would be appropriate then to share with you that a Chinese drone maker, Tengden, has recently flown their new uncrewed cargo aircraft with a stated payload capacity of 4,410 pounds. This is 2 tons that this thing can carry. The maiden flight of this new drone was 20 minutes. It took place in China's southwestern Sichuan province. This is going to be a high wing drone, reportedly of the wingspan about 53 feet. It's just over 15 feet high. So it's not a small drone by any means.
No.
And it's twin engine, you know, so it's essentially a small plane that is remote. There is no pilot. It's just a giant, huge cargo carrying drone.
That's great. I mean,
yeah, amazing stuff. And, you know, you can think about that if you want to, about 2 tons. Go ahead and start doing the calculations on how many toddlers that you can fit in that.
It does look like it could fit. You can fit a lot of toddlers in there. And my next question is, do Chinese people wear tube socks?
You know, I hope they do, because there's an awful lot they could put in there.
You sure could. You sure
The
could.
door on the back panel looks like it's just about toddler size.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. There you go.
And for those new to the stream, we measure how much a drone can lift in toddlers. We don't do kilograms or pounds. We measure it in toddlers. That's a universal weight. Everybody kind of knows what a toddler weighs.
Yeah, we don't use the word payload.
No.
We, you know, I have a saying. I'm actually putting it on a T-shirt. It says, "You should strap bongs on quads, not bombs."
Bongs, not bombs. Bongs, not bombs.
All right. Thank goodness. We're going to go to the next news story, which is all about lifeguard drones being used in North Carolina.
Oh, yes.
This summer, 2 young paddleboarders ended up 2,000 feet from the shore of Oak Island, North Carolina. But rescuers had eyes on them the whole time thanks to a drone and brought them to safety. Sean Berry is a firefighter turned drone pilot.
So this drone is capable of flying in all types of weather and environments.
It's equipped with a camera that can switch to infrared to spot people in distress. Responders can talk through a speaker, and it can also carry life-preserving equipment.
This is triggered by a CO2 cartridge and has a triggering device that's activated by the intrusion of water. And as soon as it's activated, it inflates.
That is great. Heck
This
yeah.
is very cool stuff.
Gonna be a lifesaver, that one.
All right. So explosive drones are, of course, being used overseas, and we never really had much of an issue with explosive drones being used here. But just south of us in Mexico, the members of the Los Salazar cell of the notorious Sinaloa cartel in Mexico are using drones to drop explosives on the Los Pelones, an independent rival cartel, as part of an ongoing conflict in Sonora, Mexico.
Sounds right.
This is, according to a bulletin circulated by the U.S. Border Patrol, they have asked for and are in the process of pushing legislation to get novel aerial incursion solutions to the southwest border to monitor along Arizona's border with Mexico.
And for more, we go to our reporter in the field.
General, do they, in your view, represent a homeland defense threat?
Senator, they alarm me from being the person responsible for Homeland Defense. I haven't seen any of them manifest in a threat to the level of national defense, but I see the potential only growing.
That same general said more than 1,000 of these drones are crossing into the United States airspace a month. Now, we don't know if any of them had explosives, but it's frightening to think that these cartels can operate these drones without any repercussions, at least so far. News Nation's Allie Bradley's been digging into all this and joins us now live from Del Rio, Texas.
They got drugs,
the
lady.
general was worried that this could escalate, Allie.
Yeah, hey, Elizabeth, these bomb-wielding drones obviously causing some concern, and rightfully so, here in the United States. And we were actually able to obtain some situational awareness memos that circulated amongst Border Patrol, advising them that the Mexican cartel is using drones to drop explosives on the south side of the border, saying they're getting dangerously close to U.S. soil. So this is what we know here. The violence stems from infighting within the Sinaloa cartel. Members of that group reportedly were in an armed altercation with the Mexican military, Mexican federales, before coming to the U.S. in order to surrender to Border Patrol agents there. One of them was carrying 3,000 rounds of ammunition. The individuals claimed that they witnessed drones dropping explosives near their location, which prompted them to run to the United States. So where is this all unfolding? Well, sources that I talked to, they say the violence is contained in Mexico right now, in Sonora, but it is happening right on the other side of Arizona's border. Farms in the Cells area of Pima County were identified as locations in this memo that this violence was dangerously close to. The information distributed shows that the Los Salazar members are dropping explosives on members of Los Pelones. And agents right now, again, drones aren't new, but this explosive device element is. So agents are being advised to remain vigilant. And of course, Elizabeth, keep an eye to the sky as well when it comes to these drones.
So what are lawmakers doing about this, if anything? I mean, it's not our airspace that they're doing it over in Mexico, but it's awfully close to our airspace.
Yeah, you heard the general say it alarms him. It's a concern for lawmakers as well. Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa, she actually drafted a counter-drone bill that would give DoD additional powers, basically elongate, expand their powers and what they're able to do when it comes to these drone incursions. So this is what the senator said to News Nation in part, quote, "On borders are Kamala Harris's watch. Murderous drug cartels are controlling the southern border and using drones for turf war attacks within miles of the United States. These thugs must be held accountable. That's why I'm equipping the Pentagon to respond to these incursions by any means necessary through the Counter Drone Incursions Act." Now, Homeland Security, Transportation Infrastructure, and Judiciary Committee members, they also drafted a bipartisan bill that they introduced back in June that would help with some provisions that were set to expire in October, Elizabeth. So lawmakers are certainly concerned and certainly doing what they can to kind of get ahead of this, because if that violence does spill over, obviously that is something they're going to have to deal with.
Wow. She's got great hair. Didn't she have great hair? What, Jeff, you were going to comment on something?
Yeah, think about this. All of the countries that surround Ukraine and Russia have had drones just fall into their territory.
Yeah.
And they've raised hell about it because of the fact that several of these drones that they found still had munitions on them.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're doing that along the southern border, where potentially one of those drones, which we have seen drones just arbitrarily fly off in the wrong direction, comes drifting across the border, then that's an interesting thing. Now, next time that they start talking about where in the world they would ever turn to finding a solution for this, DARPA has been sending us videos for the last 5 years about all of the wonderful, crazy, bizarre, and fantastic ways that they have manipulated and destroyed and just absolutely crushed drones. I'm sure that they could probably convince DARPA to take some of their systems down along the border and just use it as a test bed.
That sounds like propaganda to me.
Propaganda.
Propaganda.
Mm-hmm. Propaganda.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm going to drop it right there.
Yes.
Okay. So next in the news, in Western Australia, they have a problem with flooding. And one of the things that they have been doing now is the crops there still have to be maintained. And they can't do it by, the normal means, because they can't drive the vehicles into where this wheat belt area, because this ground is so drenched. So what they're doing is they're using drones and helicopters to manage the crops remotely. And one of the things they've started using now are the large agricultural drones to be able to fly into and maintain and manage the crops from the sky until the area dries up enough where they can get vehicles in there, because they had the average rainfall, or the average annual rainfall that they get, all happen in just 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's no good. The equipment sinks down. What else they could do, Jeff, is they could use tiny boat technology to stay above and not sink into the ground.
Mud flaps.
I'm sorry.
You had to get the photograph in here just one way. If it wasn't him trying to hint the way of bringing that stupid picture in here,
well,
you figured it out. Nope, I give you credit.
I'm not saying that I'm getting a secondary high from Dave, but just the look on his face, he just makes me laugh. Dave's fun to hang around with. So
it's gonna be a good time.
It is. And I know how funny he thinks this picture is, without any further explanation.
All right. Well, Auckland-based Jeff Mackey wanted to be the first to record recent activity at the marine volcano, 48 kilometers off of Wakatani, which is a place closed to tourists since 2019 eruption killed 22 people. Recently, he was able to get his camera in there and get some footage of the active volcano and its crater during a phase of a minor eruption, and got a chance to see some of the heightened unrest.
Yeah, this is really
flying from a boat
Oh yeah, this is really amazing footage too.
up into the sketch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the volcano alert level has been raised to 3, and they are signifying that this could be lead to a minor eruption.
So this is just venting. I mean, if it erupts, then you're not even
Well,
safe in the
yeah.
boat, probably.
That was creating a 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer high ash plume. And it was, I guess, what they call a short-lived steam and ash emission.
Mhm.
But these are all signs that an eruption is likely to occur or happen in the very near future.
Have you ever had an
And I-
emission from your ash?
I put up that kind of smoke before.
You know there's an eruption coming soon if there's an emission coming from your ash. Right, Jeff?
I
Jeff.
never cease to amaze me. What
He's just trying to do the news, man.
I know.
Yeah.
We love you,
Just
Jeff.
add
We love you, buddy.
a little bit of carcinogens and Ken's humor, mix it together in a little mash. What do you get? My news story's messed up.
No,
Anyway,
it's all right.
the final story.
Yes, sir.
Drones in New York are warning residents about potential threats from weather.
Yeah, they are.
Oh God, this isn't part of a dystopian nightmare.
Right. Good word,
No,
Dave.
Is it
the
gonna
New York-
pause over each house?
We have drones out
No,
today that
they
are going to
had-
be messaging
they had
in certain neighborhoods as well in multiple languages, letting people know that this is something that people need to take very seriously and notifying the public that there is significant weather coming into New York City.
We
Lot of
live in a
drone show-
bubble, and we have to meet people where they are in notifications so they can be prepared. And that is what we've done under the commissioner.
Southeast Esperan Flaxlovias inundations destroyas
He has used alternate methods of notifying people. And we, on a phone call this morning, the potentiality of using drones with loudspeakers going in those areas or where we know historically we've had flooding problems.
I guess it would be faster than just somebody in a patrol car and a speaker, right?
Well, it's safer.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
and
control off.
I will speak from firsthand knowledge because I have friends and family that live up in the New York region. We recently watched video. One girl was on her way home and was watching floodwaters build up on one side of the road, at which point she turned to the other side of the road and realized that she had floodwaters on both sides of the road and that it was picking up houses and pushing them along the highway. And so she's walking down the road and the house is moving with her. And it was amazing video footage. And this is all from, I guess, a weather storm, a tropical weather storm that came through the Gulf and came up along the East Coast and hit that area. And they're not prepared for weather like this. So the simple fact that they're using these drones to warn people, I think is
good.
Innovative.
Yeah, and
It's
it
very
keeps,
innovative.
It keeps the people that have to do the warning out of harm's way. True. So that's good. Jeff, I'd like to just personally apologize for interrupting and blowing up your news at any time. You're very integral to us and very important. And I want to thank you by showing you a video that I've been meaning to show for a couple weeks now. And you've probably seen it, everyone. But I'm just gonna share it right now. Oh, damn. Let's watch that again.
Jeff, I love the wizard beard, man. You'd fit right in at Castle Crash.
Yes, but you have to braid it, and you have to predict everyone's future and guess their weight.
Fantastic.
All right.
Well,
awesome. Jeff, thank you very much.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
All right. Now, here's the point in the program where we ask Dave for another joke. And he doesn't have one. That's fine.
Man.
That's fine.
I got
That's fine.
you though, man. I got you though.
What you got?
Because right after Mindfield is Castle Crash, and it is August 30th through September 2nd. It is only $75. You can go to castlecrash.org, get your tickets, and we just added meal plans to the site. You can get free, ready-to-go meals at Vixen's on-site kitchen. They're making good food, 3 meals a day, Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be lots of fun, though. Free camping included with your ticket. There's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of prizes. I mean, so many prizes, ridiculous. We've got 4 people going out and reaching out and talking to different companies and bringing in whole drones and goggles and just tons of stuff to give away. In lots and lots of games, you get to shoot me with a gel blaster. You actually get bonus entries to win more prizes just for shooting me with a gel blaster.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So is it?
I mean, he doesn't want to shoot me with a gel blaster.
Is it BYOGB? Bring your own gel blaster?
Yeah. We'll have gel blasters on site. Well, if you need to buy them, I usually sell them in the shop.
Okay.
I'll have them at Mindfield too if you want.
Excellent. All right. Well, let me see if there's any new super chats. I don't see any new super chats. I'm watching the chat a little bit more closely. I got new glasses so I can read it. If you have any questions for either me or Dave, just go ahead and put it in there. But I forgot to play this last week as well. You know, Shelby Vall, he's going to be at Castle Crash.
King Keek had a good joke in the chat. Said,
did he?
If you bleach your butthole, is it technically changing your ringtone?
I think the answer is yes. That's a good joke. I gotta write that down. Can we say that on the radio?
I don't know. The moderator shut it down, and I've learned
They did?
it out.
They did? They shut it down? Oh, there's nothing wrong with butthole. You know what?
I mean, everybody's got
A
one.
little ass play's okay. A little, you know. So Shelby Vall, that's a terrible segue from butthole to Shelby Vall, but he got rescued by an Avata. You want to see it?
Yeah, I love Shelby Vall.
Okay. So he landed up on a
Shelby's
roof.
one of my other sponsored pilots, you know.
Yeah.
He's coming to Castle Crash.
He is. And
yeah,
so
he's going to be doing a live stream of the ceremony. Look at the fishing hook on it.
yeah, he got a fishing hook. That's on it's not on an Avata, it's on an Autel. And so he's on a roof and his buddy's pulling him off the roof with an Autel drone.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
looks
why?
like
Why, Dave?
because no quads left behind.
No quads left behind, no drones left behind.
Off of the roof.
I need a good heavy lifter that I can use for quad rescue. I made the Mantis Claw for my drone, and my little air is just not strong enough to lift a 5-inch quad. I need like a Phantom or something.
I'll bring one.
You're amazing, dude.
You know, if you've got a Phantom that you let people fly, I'd like to do like a claw game with it.
What? Now hold on. What are we doing to my precious Phantom? What do you want to do to my? It's not a disposable drone.
Oh, neither is the claw.
What are we doing with it?
I don't know. We would just have like a claw game in a field. Well, I've got this You've seen the Mantis Claw, right?
Yeah.
It's like as soon as you drop it down on something, it grabs it, and when you pull right back up, it just locks on automatically.
Okay.
It's a really good way to practice saving quads.
I don't want to put
and
my
we could make a fun game out of it.
precious Phantom 4 Pro in harm's way. It's still probably my favorite drone of all time.
I bet it's strong enough to lift a 5-inch quad.
Oh, it is, yeah. Now on the toddler scale, it can barely lift a toddler, like just not even a torso, not even a toddler torso.
Sometimes you only need to lift a half a toddler.
I would say if you had to do it in fractions, it would probably lift maybe 1/10 of a toddler. It's not a heavy lifting drone, but it could lift
Is that like a baby leg?
Yeah, just like not even a leg. I'd probably say like an arm, like a forearm, a toddler forearm. We're chopping up toddlers on the street. That's allowed, right? We're cool, right? Okay, yeah. Community guidelines say we're okay.
As long as you don't show any pictures.
Right, there's no pictures of bifurcated toddlers, then we should be good.
I mean, they've been doing it since Solomon's days.
Right. Oh my gosh. I do want to mention very quickly, and this is important. I want to mention, and this is important. RemotePilot101.com. That's where you go if you want to become certified with the FAA and get your Part 107.
Jason, buddy, Jason Shepard.
Jason Shepard. He was going to be at Mindfield. He's not now. He has a new baby, and he had a family thing. He had to go off to Spain. So he's in Spain. He's going to be in Spain when we're all at Mindfield. And he sends his apologies, and I totally understand. You know, family comes first. I mean, we are your drone family, but your babies come first, I guess. Anyway, remotepilot101.com. You go there, use Heron18, get a 30% off discount, and you take this test once, and then all you need to do is take the recurrent test. Once you take the recurrent test and you can't fail it, you can fly at night, all these other things. You can have the dog come in the room. What's the name of your doggy?
This one's Trouser. He's a good boy.
Trouser. Dave has the largest dogs in the neighborhood. RemotePilot101.com. Go there right now and sign up. If you've been thinking about getting your Part 107, then you can actually charge people for your drone work legally. And believe me, the FAA will get you. You can't be like, I'm just giving the footage to a friend of mine. No, it's called in furtherance of a business, and they can get you. And the fine is hefty. So do it legally. Get your certification. RemotePilot101.com. Love you, Jason Shepard. Mean it. All right. And now another joke from Dave. I'm just kidding. So I've got a few videos from viewers. You still good on time, Dave?
I'm good, man.
You good? All right.
The other stream starts at 9. You can catch me over at Destination FPV. That Guy Flies channel.
There's a link in the description of my video here, if you want to go check that out. So far, no new members. We always try to get at least 10 new members, and I've got some really interesting membership video coming up. It seems like the super chats have stalled. That's okay.
Let us be free says, I've got a beautiful wife. Thank you.
Was she in the...
She probably just dropped in here.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, everybody likes the laboratory.
Yes. The what?
The laboratory.
Laboratory. Hey, man, I wanted to ask you, just on a personal note, Dave and I fly sometimes in Birmingham. How are things at Caraway? Has it changed?
Ooh, it's changed a lot, man. They're doing construction out there now.
Yeah, that's our favorite bando to fly, in case any of you know.
It used to be one of my favorite spots in the whole world. My buddy Kong the other day said it was sterilized.
Oh, no.
They gutted everything, ripped everything out of the atrium, just kind of planed it out. It's all plain.
There's
now.
no broken glass
It used to
or
be
anything?
so horrific, old counters and super creepy and doors, and now it's just like an open parking deck. So it's still a cool place to fly, but one by one they knocked down each tower we have, and the whole north property and the deck and where the helipad was, that's all gone. No more access. I went during a weekday to check in. There were 150 workers out on site working. But we flew a weekend after.
Yeah. And by the way, hey, unbelievable as it may seem, we just got 10 subscribers instantly. A Drone Slot gifted 10 new memberships. And
Thank you, Drone Slot.
Thank you very much. And those will get handed out to people who aren't already members. And if you like being a member, then you can keep being a member. Dustin hurled $5 at us. Thank you very much. Ken going to Gatlinburg area for a week in September. Any recommendations for flying?
Just fly in Gatlinburg. It's beautiful.
Have you been, Dave? I have never been.
Just find a lookout. Find a lookout point and just take off from there.
Yeah, it's very mountainous, isn't it?
Do check your local drone laws though. A lot of state parks and stuff have regulations and will not allow you to take off from them.
Yeah, but when
in
you
which
get
case you'll have to go outside of the park.
Yeah, but you know, when you fly somewhere in Gatlinburg and a park ranger comes up to you and tells you can't do that, just go, "Oh, I didn't know." And then, then you're good.
Some places like that get real sensitive and they'll start giving out tickets to everybody.
Really? Tickets?
Yeah, I know. Like at the beach, they're serious about that, and they like write immediate tickets on the first offense.
I have yet to get a ticket for flying a drone.
And in Alabama, half of our beaches are no drone whole cities, like Orange Beach and Gulf Shores. The entire municipality is a no drone zone.
Yeah, good luck with that, cities. Can't do that, unfortunately.
Well, if they catch you flying on the beach, they just write you a ticket immediately.
Yeah, well, they can. Those cities can go themselves. You can get.
I mean, they just say that you can't take off and land from there, which they can do.
They can. That's land use, property stuff. But you can fly the hell out of it from outside.
From outside of the city.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
On a boat.
On a boat. Yeah, there's ways around it. But when they try to just put up Kinko signs saying no flying here in this park, well, you can go yourself. Anyway, back to videos. This one's from Chuck Henrici. I think I'm saying that right. And this is Newfoundland.
Ooh.
Yeah. He says, "Hey Ken, here's a clip of some views from a trip to Newfoundland, Canada, over the historic town of Trinity, using a DJI Mini 4 Pro." It's lovely.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Get out there over the water, though, man. Push it. That little mini will go.
Yeah, some people
send it to the islands.
The Mini 4 Pro is very capable in winds.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
So beautiful up on the side of the mountains.
There you go. Thank you very much for sending that in.
Nice work, Chuck.
Very good. Here's some applause for you. All right. If you want to send something in for next time, you can send it here, kenheronupload@gmail.com. Let me know what music you used in there, because YouTube gets its panties in a bunch if you're using copyrighted music. If you want non-copyrighted music that you can use forever, Epidemic Sound, epidemicsound.com. Free trial links in the description right now. You can get 30 days free for all their sound effects and all their music beds. They got a great search engine. Try it now. Everything else is crap, and that is true. They still have yet to pick up my slogan.
You can go through and you can turn the audio, the voices off, and you can get just instrumental tracks and stuff too.
Yeah.
So that if you don't want some guy wailing his heart out over your drum and bass, you can just silence them.
Yeah, here we are on the site right now. You can go into different kind of. I mean, now
that's
trending,
always a problem for me, because I'm
all the new
dirty pirate stealing music, and then I've got audio and some guy wailing his heart out, and I'm like, please be silent.
Right.
But
well,
if I would just subscribe,
you can
to
download
Epidemic,
just the stems, the full mix, or just the stems, the melody, instruments, bass drum. Then you can mix it together yourself. That's what's so great.
Cool.
Yeah. So go to epidemicsound.com. This one is from Mac. This is from Mac. Come on, Mac. Oh, here it is. Oh, hold on. You missed that. This is a very quick video.
Dolphins.
Yeah, but watch.
Is that a penguin?
This was in northeast of Scotland. He was heading out to film a lighthouse when he spotted a couple of fins in the water. Grabbed the Air 3, and yes, it's just dolphins and some other fast creature. I don't know what it was. I don't know what kind of creature that was. Let's watch it again. Do you know what kind of creature it is? Couple dolphins.
Some kind of waterfowl.
Like some kind of duck. Something. Anyway, I thought that was funny.
It's a penguin.
Was it a penguin?
I don't know.
They have penguins in Scotland? You can tell it was a Scottish penguin because it was wearing a kilt. All right. Tough room. Dave, how's everything? Is it dab time for you?
Yeah, it usually is.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take just about any excuse.
I got another video. This is, check this out. It's a castle, and I think he's going to crash it. This is Kyle Jones from Petersburg. He said he made this in Panama City Beach.
They got castles like this in Panama City?
I'm reading the wrong thing. This is in Leeds. This is from Robert.
I was like,
Found
no way.
Found an old video ruin in Leeds. Kirkstall Abbey. Beautiful place for a weekend trip. This is the Mini 2. Still doing a great job, he says. Yeah, I'm not putting any castles in Panama Beach. You were recently in Ireland, weren't you?
Yeah, I found some castles that look just about like that, and I flew my FPV all through them.
Did you?
I love the fact that they're missing roofs and have open, huge windows. It was amazing, man. Archways everywhere, just lots and lots of holes and fun.
Are you allowed to do that, or you just did it?
They didn't stop me.
Okay.
No, I was allowed. I actually looked up licensing, and they accept my 107 that I already have in the U.S., so just able to carry that over and follow their rules. The big one is to not fly big national monuments, and so I found like a hidden Castles of Ireland map and found a whole bunch of off the beaten track places to go, and found empty places where there was nobody at, and it was perfect. Perfect. We found tons of places that were just like the priory we found was like a monastery, I guess, and there were like cow tracks all through the place. Like cows were the biggest visitor.
Huh. And this footage of you ripping castles, is this on your channel? Can we find this anywhere?
Oh yeah.
On your Instagram or
on YouTube too.
On YouTube, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, if you go into my YouTube and you look for Ireland, there's a bunch of stuff there from Ireland. I've got some like cinematic stuff I shot with my Mavic. I've got a bunch of in the castles, acrobatic stuff. I ripped the beaches. I ripped the Gap of Dunlow, which is this massive valley. It was cool. You could see a rainbow on one side of the valley and snow caps on the other. And it's just beautiful. Like as I'm walking in on foot, there's herds of deer in the field right there next to me. Just gorgeous place to be.
Wow.
Take your drones everywhere you go. Take them all. I'm like, yeah, I got the Mavic and I've got the FPV drones, and I even brought my 3.5-inch Grinderino. Although looking back at it, I would have probably been better off with a second 5-inch quad. I could have been a little more aggressive while I was out there, but yeah, tons of fun, tons. And you can travel in the airplane with them, no big deal either. Just don't carry more than 20 batteries and nothing too big. I had a buddy of mine tried to carry one of my Stay High packs on an airplane the other day and got stopped. And he was like, yeah, I've carried it like 3 times and nobody's ever stopped me before. I was like, dude, that thing is like 3 times as big as you're legally allowed to carry on an airplane.
Yeah, that's a bomb. Yeah. So,
I mean, when I go through as is, I've got all my lipos in a lipo safe, and there's usually like 12 6S lipos and then like 4 Mavic batteries and then a whole bunch of GoPro batteries and other stuff in there. And when I see it go through the little X-ray scanner, it looks like a bomb. I mean, all the wires are coming out in the same direction, nice and neat.
Do they ask you to open it?
Clean.
They ask you to open it?
No, they always do is they make me run it through a second time. Sometimes they'll make me take the lipo bag out and set it down separate, but they never ask me to like open it. They're always like, can you take the bag out and do it again? Or like, we're just going to have to scan it like 2 or 3 more times. And
do they
just
care?
Give yourself an extra hour to go through, and they don't ever have a problem. But I also know the regulations. So I read before I go, and I make sure I'm not carrying any stupidly large batteries through an airport.
Right. Do they care if they're charged or not?
They do not care. They're never going to check it. It says that they're supposed to be at storage voltage, and I always cap them, but I put the caps on there just so that they look safer.
Right.
But that's not a regulation that you have to do that. It just makes them look safer.
Okay, because that would take forever if they had to check each battery.
No. And the guy who had the ridiculously large battery, TSA told him that they were pretty sure it was too big, and that he could check with his airline, and his airline could take it up for him. And his airline was like, well, TSA told you it was too big, then it's too big. And he's like, bullshit. They didn't tell me it was too big. They told me to check with you. And he went back and forth, ended up missing his flight and rescheduling. And he was like ready to take it with him again on the next flight. And I was like, dude, it is 3 times as big as you can carry.
Don't risk it. Don't risk it.
It's not worth it. And then, get on a watch list or whatever.
Right. You don't want that. Yeah. So,
or get it confiscated, have to leave it at the gate.
Right. So once again, just because I want to mention this, you can go to flyhighfpv.com and go to the events page and check out all of the wonderful events that are coming up. The first one that's coming up is my Mindfield. And that's
next
Saturday.
week.
Yeah, it is next week. It's Saturday, and my birthday is next Thursday. I'll be older. I'll be 50
Happy
freaking
birthday,
8.
Ken.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Send a super chat now if you want to thank him happy birthday. Because he's not going to be doing a live stream on his birthday. So get in the super chats right now. The spankings for every $1 you send. I'll deliver the spankings at Mindfield. Send your super chats now. We'll bend them over the table. And
yeah. August 24th and 25th. Although there are some knuckleheads that are trying to turn it into a 3-day event by showing up Friday night, which is fine. Because if you're camping, you want to get a good spot. It's a huge parking lot, and there's a grocery store right next door. There's facilities. We don't have porta potties out there. You can use real porcelain facilities. There's food, and there's no it's really informal. It's just hanging out. If you've ever been to formal drone meetups before, they have speakers and professionals coming in and maybe, I don't know, workshops or whatever. It's none of that. It's all the best part of any meet is just meet. It's just meeting people and hanging out. And that's what we have. And we'll have some giveaways, of course. But it's just camaraderie, and it's August 24th and 25th. I hope you can make it. It's the largest scrap metal sculpture in the country. And it was put together by Billy Tripp. He can't wait. Billy is he is really into it this year. He has installed a bunch of new stuff, a cell tower for us to dive through. He takes his cranes and he hangs big, huge pipes like a giant mobile for us to fly through and stuff. And he opens up all the doors. He mows the grass. It's lit at night. If you ever wanted to,
he knows what we want too.
He really does.
Years and years in a row of us coming out, and throwing our drones into his metal, and he thinks it's hilarious because for years people have just been taking pictures from the road and driving on, and you come out and bring the whole party, and there's all these people celebrating, all sorts of RC out there. It's just ridiculous fun.
It is, and the town gets into it. The town of Brownsville,
low pressure.
Tennessee.
There's all sorts of pilots. It's not just the pros. There's all kinds of beginners and learners and people that have questions. You'll learn a lot just coming out and meeting people.
You will. And I'm going to play this one part from a recent video that I posted. This is something
Mudball, there are not hammocks, trees. You'll need to bring us support. It is a big open field.
Well,
there is one telephone pole.
You can hang a hammock from the sculpture.
In the sculpture you could.
You could. John Coopy's wife hung a giant metal cube. She's I don't know what you call it. She's like a dancer.
Aerial acrobatics.
That's it. And she hung this giant square from the sculpture. Billy doesn't care. You can't hurt the thing. It's welded
steel.
It is. And this year we've got a new way for you to win. And thanks to Fly High's printing factory, he put together this thing that we're calling prize jousting. So check this out. Chris, I know you're ready for Mindfield 5.0.
Very much so.
And I hope you are too. If you've been here before, you're going to have a lot of fun just like last time. If you're new, you're going to experience a whole new way to win prizes. And it's going to take you some skill to get this. So the idea is to pick up the prize like that. And then if you can fly it back to the landing circle and put the prize in the circle, you win the prize.
It's a massive crane game.
I have not tried it myself yet. But I'm sure it'll work. You want to try it?
Yeah.
You go first?
Well,
yeah, I'll go first. Oh, I can't even tell like how close I am. Am I even close enough?
Oh yeah, you were right there.
It's harder than you think. Nope, I'll try one more time. Gosh.
What?
I got it. I got it. All right, now I'm gonna bring it back and land it right at your feet and claim my prize. So that's how you win. I'm gonna set up like a hoop or a circle, and you bring the prize back. You have to get it, keep it, and then land it. And
I can't wait. I think it's awesome because even Mavic pilots can take advantage of this.
Yes, it might be easier.
I want to see a wing try and do it.
Oh yeah.
Is Shelby Vault coming out?
I asked him. I don't think he's gonna make it, but he is
ridiculous fun. I would not miss this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So much fun.
I think it's and I looked ahead to the weather. The weather is going to be high 80s and sunny. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you do come out. Mindfieldmeet.com. If you're planning on coming out, please let me know. It's free. Just go to the website and RSVP. Fill out the form so that I get an idea of how many people are coming. And then, when is Castle Crash?
It is 1 week later, starting on Friday, August 30th through September 2nd. And it's only $75 at castlecrash.org. We've got all the volunteers we needed. There are 40 volunteers have signed up to help. Thank you so much to all the volunteers that are coming out this year. So
Where
just
is
come
it?
out and camp.
Where?
It's in South Carolina in a medieval village. We've got an actual castle, whole medieval village, and the princess moved out of the castle this year. So we're actually setting the flight line up with the castle right smack in the middle of it. We're lighting the castle up, and the whole area is going to be lit. We've got 5 or 6 times as many LEDs as last year. I mean, there's going to be so many LEDs. It's ridiculous.
And who is the queen of Castle Crash?
Zoe FPV.
Zoe
is going to be our queen.
All
So
right.
we're gonna, and this is our 3rd year. So we're doing Castle Crash 3D. So there's a lot of 3D events. Some of the events that we do traditionally, like the Kong spin that we do regular, we're going to do inverted versions of it, where you try to do the Kong spin while flying 3D.
I'm out.
There's also, we've got 5 times as many nets, safety nets as ever.
Oh, that's good. So
Yeah.
so there's going to be considerably less lacerations than last year.
I didn't see any blood.
No, there weren't. So yeah, all that information.
Shelby Vault will be at Castle Crash. Ciotti FPV is going to be at Castle Crash. Ken Heron, the legend himself, is going to be at Castle Crash.
I'll be there. Yeah.
That Banana and Apache FPV, which are some raw dog freestyle pilots from New York, are coming out. Fly Tribe magazine.
Oh yes,
lots and lots of really, really cool sponsors.
I wanted to mention
giving
Fly
us
Tribe.
whole quads.
There's going to be a big article about Mindfield in Fly Tribe in this next issue.
Yeah, and if you've got pictures of drone events, then send them to Fly Tribe. They're always looking for more content. They're even doing a custom 3D version of their magazine for Castle Crashers. And so if you come out, you can get the magazine. Like, we're giving out free 3D glasses that you wear, and the whole special edition mini mag is going to be all 3D.
Yeah, and if you're not subscribed to Fly Tribe, you should be.
Yes, flytribemagazine.com. And I recommend get the t-shirt combo So you get the T-shirt and the magazine for $35. They only do an episode, a catalog, or a magazine every 2 months. It's not every month.
Well,
so
it's a
not
big,
that expensive.
it's a big, glossy.
It's a big old chunkin' magazine. Mine are all downstairs. I already got them packed up for Mindfield.
Awesome. So here it is. Yeah, they're big supporters of the community. So yeah, go to flytribemagazine.com.
I've been going to event after event after event this year. My goal this year was to do more events than I've ever done before. And every single event that I've been at, Fly Tribe has either been there or they've sponsored the event. And I love it. I'm like, dude, you guys are like my brothers out here doing the thing that I'm doing. And I love seeing the support. Because it's like every event that they are asked about, they're like, yes, we will support you.
And I'm trying. I reached out to Mike from GemFan. I haven't heard back from him yet. Hopefully he'll make it out to Mindfield as well. But I know
he's a busy man.
He'll be at Castle
You
Crash.
got to get on his schedule early, but he will definitely be at Castle Crash. And all the volunteers are getting special prize packs from GemFan, like because we have so many volunteers and such a big ask. He's giving everybody a special pack of prizes. It'd be props and a little gift bag and little goodies.
Well, that sounds like a lot. I'm worn out, Dave, from just promoting all this stuff. You know what I probably need?
A little Raz?
I probably need a little Raz.
Is it a little bubble time?
It is. Wait, let's go ahead and
step into the
hop
Raz,
in.
my boys.
Oh, yes. It's a wonderful place to be. It's just it's a free zone. It's a happy place. Nothing ever goes wrong here. All of your boo-boos are kissed, and everybody loves one another here in the Raz. But there is one rule only. And what rule is that, Dave?
Well, you got me in the middle of a bubbles.
Oh, you're...
The only rule.
Yeah.
The only rule is do not fart in the Raz.
Please refrain, as it is relaxing. Don't relax too
We're
much.
trying to control the atmosphere.
Yes. So relax.
Don't relax every muscle, though.
No, not every... No. Grumpy, the grumpy vlogger.
Did you slip that out, buddy?
Well, he's an older gentleman. So it's hard, sometimes the sphincter muscles, they relax a little bit too much in the hot tub. Don't they, Grumpy? Shame on you, you stinky old bastard. We just told you not to. Anyway.
One rule.
One rule. He broke the one rule. Anyway, thanks for popping in here. Appreciate everybody. Thanks to all of the super chats. We got another one. Drone Rob.
Thank you, Drone Rob.
$5.
Looking forward to seeing you next week.
Happy birthday. See you there.
Mindfield.
Chris Hope. He checked in. He's going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there. So hopefully this will be the biggest year.
I can't wait to see everybody.
All kinds of meets everywhere. And I guess, Dave, we have to let you go because you're going to pop on another stream.
Yeah, but there's two things going on after the stream. The first is Ken Heron's Discord. You can get over there and you can chat with Ken.
Yes, put the link up here.
The second thing is Destination FPV. I'm going to be on over there talking to that guy Fly and talking about bandos.
And there's a link to that stream in my stream's description. So go over and enjoy that. Dave, thank you very much. And I guess with that, we'll say goodbye.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
It's always more than twice as good with all of you people supporting the channel and the stream and everyone in our community. Thank you so much to Sean Geeksvana for popping in and staying on with us till 1:30 in the morning. I bet he's asleep by now. There's links to his channel and everything in the description. Jeff Sills, thank you so much, as always, for being our rock, our news North Star. He's always there for us. And Dave, thank you very much for stopping by and co-hosting with me.
Don't forget to thank Jim Beauchart.
And Jim Beauchart for having zero shame. We love you, buddy. Until next time,
and bye.
And bye.
enjoy pigeon jerky, the killer who processed meat. Enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them go. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, a killer who processed meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly Jeffing Beauchamp too. There'll be fun and quizzes, and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!